how do you know Jesus is the only way to God? And what do you think about missionaries going to Africa and completely calling our traditional religions demonic or satanic or evil? Like, what makes my fellow Africans' traditional religion evil compared to what white Christianity?
Lamin Sanneh from West Africa taught for years at Yale. And Lamin Sanneh wrote a book about how incredibly arrogant it is for American university professors to say, oh, you want to know why those dumb Africans believe in Jesus? It's because of colonialism. Lamin says, baloney to that. The reason that so many Africans are putting their faith in Jesus Christ is because Jesus Christ respects culture and he calls people to himself, not to the great Western way. And Lamin Sanneh goes on and points out how Africans often reject secularism. In fact, they usually reject secularism because Africans have a deep spirituality that informs them that the ultimate purpose of life is not money and things. The ultimate purpose of life is to be connected to God, to love God, and to be connected to people, to love people. So Western secularism does not meet those deep spiritual needs of Africans. Jesus Christ does. And that is why Africans, far more often than here in the United States, put their faith in Jesus Christ. He is not a white Jesus. And he's not a black Jesus. He was a Jew. So he's not white, he's not black, he's a Jew. But these people understand that Christ makes a boatload of sense and that Christ is for Africans. And what Lamin Sanneh at Yale pointed out was that Jesus Christ draws out and supports Africanness in a way that Western culture does not. And that's why, he argues, so many Africans are putting their faith not in Western ways, but in Jesus Christ. And finally, I think it's downright insulting for any anthro professor on this campus to stand up and say, oh, well, we all know why Africans believe in Jesus. It's because them white colonials came over and hoodwinked them and intimidated them into believing in Jesus. That is so derogatory. That is so demeaning of Africans. It's incredible. Africans can think on their own, thank you, Professor. And Africans are putting their faith in Jesus not because they want the great white way, but because they see that Jesus Christ is reliable. And that's happening in South America, and that's happening in Asia in an incredible way.